G'day mates and welcome back to Anno 1800. It's a beautiful shot over the town there. See our little boat, or a boat, sailing off into the distance. And our town is gradually expanding. You can see we're starting to turn into a bustling little village. We're a curious port town, apparently. Now I ended up finishing off the school in between episodes, only because I placed the, what do you call it? The blueprint down, but I was just waiting for the actual steel to be completed. Now this episode, what I think we're going to be doing is settling a new island. I would love to get soap and you know, a bunch of other things done. I'm also going to need beer and get a church towards the end. They will add in a lot of the things we need. The unfortunate thing is that, let's go into here and have a look at all the stuff here. We've got a, I was actually looking at these before, you can tell. So, I wasn't actually paying attention to what she said. I'm sure it was useful for something. So we've got culture, which is all the little parks and ornaments I've been placing down. Haven't really added up to a lot in the grand scheme of things. I'm sure they get more impressive the higher level they are. So just placing down grass isn't all that valuable. Now vulgarity though, we have a slaughterhouse and pig farms on the island. So it's great to have them here early on, very convenient. But they are, I guess, not having them in the capital city. If there was a pick, you know, New York or London or something like that, if there was a big slaughterhouse right in the very center, you wouldn't want to live near it. Thank you. You wouldn't want to live near it or all that kind of stuff. So we need to start relocating them out of the city. What have we got here? Nature, that's just the untamed countryside. Again, this will begin to decrease as I spread my city over more of the island. So I do need to offset it with more culture. Obviously pollution's a bit of a problem. We've got charcoal kilns, furnaces and steelworks. Gradually adding to that as well and offsetting our nature score. And of course these two are irrelevant at this point. Now the reason I bring up pig farms is because we need tallow. We need to actually make tallow from pig farms, which means, yes, we need it for sausages, but we're also going to need to dump down more of them in order to make soap. And of course we're going to need to make cannons, which is going to involve more steel production. So, and of course then beer is going to be more and more development over the island. So I think taking another island is going to be key for this. So we're going to use Invincible 2 over here. Is that our ship? Yes, it is. So Invincible 2 now. How do I load this thing up? I used to be able to just right click those, but I guess... okay. So I'm going to need construction materials. I'm going to want... How many can we hold? Ooh, okay, 50. That's a little bit more than old games. You used to be able to hold 40. So 50 of those, and I'll bring all the steel for the time being. Just we may need it for some of the higher level buildings. Now, nothing else is going to be of any use to me at the moment. These are construction materials, but they're more for boats and I guess harbour cannons and whatnot. So I'm going to take... I haven't got any items yet. I should go buy some at some point. Maybe make the boat a little bit quicker. Now, we're going to need to take an island, and I have been looking around. This one's a nice little small one that's close by. There's probably another one in here that I haven't seen yet. I'll have to send another scout ship out at a later date, but I'm a bit worried about this, wherever she is. One of the pirate chicks somewhere. Been blowing the shit out of me. That's the prison island. We'll have a look at all these later. Either way, there's some pirate chick who's attacking me. But I think what we can do is actually take this island here. Now, it's got a large amount of space. It's got a decent number of fertilities. I can grow all the ingredients for beer here. And let's start sailing out this direction. And I think I can do a decent sort of an island here. I don't know if I need to have workforce on the island or not. I don't. The previous game, or the first game that introduced workforce was Anno 2205, and that was a slightly different setup. Every island, the sort of finger quote island, was on a different map. Here we've gone back to the old style of having all different islands on the same map, but I can't actually, what's the word, I need to have a workforce. I've never had that before, so I wonder if they'll move across and I can just have an industry-only island, or if I need to actually have workers over on this island as well. Either way, where is that boat? It's very slow. Ooh, are they trying to board me? No, I think they're just going, let's move this a little bit quicker. Is that only double speed or something? Yeah, it's really slow. It's going to take... Ooh, what do we got there? It's that same chick again. So she's got an island and she's trading or something. We're going to head over here. Gradually. It's a long way to travel. Let's come back to that. Let's come back. I'm going to leave it on high speed for a little while. And we're going to figure out getting a church down. And what was the other need I need to get? I've got a church and tallow, really the only things I need to do before we can level up. So let's have a look at what we've got here. To build cannons, I think are going to be useful. We've already got the furnace making steel, and once we tap out on steel beams, we're going to have additional iron hanging around. So let's have a quick look at all of our goods here. Now we're actually greatly increasing our steel production, so I suspect I can have more of these. I think 2 of these for every single steel furnace. So these furnaces are highly productive, so I can have 2 steel beam furnaces per steel furnace, and I believe it's sort of it's a 1 of each to 2 of these to 2 of those ratio. So you really can get a lot out of your iron mines. Each iron mine can then do, I guess that means 4 or possibly more steel beam furnaces. So we're doing really well here. What that means is I can throw one of these babies down anywhere really. It doesn't have to be. Let's actually throw cannon foundry down here near the docks. Throw that. I probably don't want to have a cannon foundry right in the main boulevard though. Although I do like having it right here near the docks in the slum area. It's a little bit thematic. At least to start with. I can always move it around later if required. Yeah, I think I'll have it like that. Less attractive. That's unfortunate. But once they drop off the iron, or the steel I mean, then we're going to be getting cannons which allow me to actually build boats. These gunboats here. A 1-masted military ship with a small cargo hold and a front howitzer. Has a DPS of 21. Has expedition power. What expeditions are? We might be something to do with that world map that we discovered earlier. We'll figure that out as we go along, I think. But it only has 1 cargo slot. Whereas a schooner has 2 cargo slots, and having a couple of these will be very, very useful to actually begin the trade. Either way, we've arrived over here, so I'm going to slow that back down again for now, and just try to begin colonizing this island. So, how do I actually do this? Does it only have to be in that location? Or I see, wherever the boat is, okay. The question now is, where do I want to actually set ashore? There's an iron deposit there. I'm thinking if I keep it where it is. I'll stop moving. That'll do. Just go build a trading post for the love of God. It's a little bit. I'm sure there must be an easy way. Maybe I can just place one down somewhere. Either way, we've got ourselves a trading post. We've unloaded everything onto this island, so I'm going to send you back, and you can pick up more resources when you arrive. That'll get us started though. Now,
I noticed that from altitude, it appears rather like an immense toy city.
Okay. Lots and lots of nature, obviously, because nothing has been built here yet. Oh, these newspapers were fun the first time, and they're beginning to get a little bit annoying. Okay, the firestorm's done. Do I really care? A godless place. It's fine. Look, I really don't care. I'll just publish it. Now, what was I trying to do? It throws my train of thought out every time. It's a bit of an annoying mechanic because it's such a minor effect. I'm sure it'll be more useful later on once you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. For the time being, it's not particularly useful. Now, what I want is to begin migrating everything over here. That involves getting pig farms, which are going to take... they just take timber. They take timber, bricks, and steel. Timber, bricks, and steel. Okay, sausages are going to like timber and bricks. So it's probably worthwhile setting up a few resource-producing factories on this area as well, just to really keep things ticking along. There's an iron deposit there, which is going to be great. So I think I need to discover... First things I need to discover if I need workers on this island or not. So let's throw down a timber mill and just see what happens. I suspect it's going to cause a problem. I wonder what those time... Oh, that's interesting. So okay, so I build it there, for example, it'll produce 100%. That's great. If I build it there, 100%. If I build it here, say, there, there's a couple of trees on the left-hand side, sort of over this area, that are not covered, but it will be able to actually build stuff there, and they'll plant trees. It'll take 45 seconds before it reaches maximum potential. The trees need to grow up. If I build it over here, there's a huge amount of land with no trees on it, and it'll take 2 minutes and 45 seconds to reach maximum ability. And of course, over here in the middle of this pure greenery, or over here, for example, yeah, it'll take 5 minutes to plant out all the trees. So that's actually kind of a useful thing. So I can plant it here and not have to worry about the trees. They will plant them out themselves, but it will take time before they get out there. And of course here, it'll take 5 minutes to plant all the trees, but it'll only ever produce a maximum of 87% because of the fact that there's cliffs blocking a large portion of the catchment area. So that is food for thought. I can probably just place one there. And looks like I do require workers. Which means we're going to have to... We're going to have to settle this area. I don't want to go straight down this way. Which means I'm going to need food resources. So this is a definite departure from previous Anno games. Previously you just sort of throw down a couple of areas, develop it up, and export all the resources back. Workforce be damned. Now though, it looks like I'm actually going to have housing here. Probably not very much housing, but I won't be able to just throw down... give me a second, I'm losing my train of thought. Won't be able to just dump down everything as previously. So we're going to need to really provide and build up each additional town as a city, but we're probably not going to develop all the way up to high level stuff. So we're not going to give them all the things that they need. So these people, yeah, they need fish and basic needs. But we won't give them schnapps and access to a pub, most likely. We're just going to dump them down. So we need a marketplace. Let's get a marketplace down really quickly. Throw that probably there. There we go. Okay, so we're getting there. Slowly but surely, I'm going to get this all sorted. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing, and I need more timber. This game can be frustrating sometimes. Okay, build you up. That'll give us the workforce we need. I'm also going to need... Well, it certainly does make settling a new island more difficult. It's interesting. Certainly a nice challenge. I'm actually really enjoying this game. Let's get you guys... I'm now going to just start working from there. Now, do I need... You're still planting a forest. I'm going to need a sawmill. I can throw 1, 2 sawmills there. And pull off another one of these babies. And where do I put you? I suppose I'll put you over there. If I put you there, you're still producing 100%. That's down to 99% because of the overlap. Yeah, that's my dog scratching the door. I think I'll place you... Where do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I'll save some of this for industry stuff later. I think we're going to put you over here. I don't want to think about this too much because it's not actually worth the thought in the grand scheme of things. You guys there will need to have a marketplace up this direction, a small warehouse, whatever you call it. And we're going to need timber for that. Which means... This is an absolute nightmare. This is far more difficult than before. I'm used to just running in, planting everything down, and running away with it. We're actually going to need to gradually build things up here. So this little warehouse will start to move everything from here down to the sawmill. We're going to get the workforce
Need more farm hands.
as required. I'm going to need more farm hands. And we're gradually going to get there. There's 4 of them. Oh. Man, this is really difficult. Okay. I'm going to time lapse this while I think this out. Alrighty then, we're at least somewhat stable at this point. So I've managed to build up sort of the basic little town. I had to pause off, as you saw, most of the different buildings and just gradually allow a trickle in of the timber so I could start to build more and more houses. And of course I did bring the Invincible 2 back with a shit ton of supplies. Fully stocked on bricks though, and the timber is going to gradually increase as we keep chopping down. We've got a decent workforce now. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to build up each and every island. Now, I don't think I want to really go through the time and effort of making, big, beautiful, organic-looking cities on every single island that I need to start colonizing. So, to that end, I think I'm pretty much going to just put the effort into designing this town and making this town look beautiful, while all little colony towns will be a standard format. That is actually worthwhile paying for 1 hour. If I pay her... wait, what? Destroy the pirate ship to stop the pirates from resettling. No, thank you. Do I have to? Where is the pirate ship? What the hell is going on here? Now I'm fairly certain I just had a... This is actually quite cool. I'm going to slow this down so we can have a look at this in more real time. This is brilliant. So they've got a ship going... Oh, I zoomed in too much. They got a... What kind of ship is that? That's a pirate monitor. So that looks an ironclad of some sort. I've got a sailing ship shooting. I'm about to lose the Invincible 2. No. Wow, that was close. Okay, I nearly lost the Invincible 2 here. I'm going to have to get this one, get this back to Bristol, and hopefully I can actually repair it. Is there a way to repair this ship? I've been badly mauled there. I couldn't even take down one of their ships. Although to be fair, they had 2 of them shooting me. Maintenance costs. What does this actually do? Allows you to influence your harbour buildings. I don't know exactly what this does. Do I want to build it over here? It looks like it can be built out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to build it there. So Harbour Master's office is just out in the middle of nowhere. But I'm not quite sure exactly how this works. Oop. Like that. There we go. I'm going to build myself a little bit of a... why can't I build that for some reason? I have a shortage of construction costs. What does it cost to build? Bricks. So I don't have enough bricks to build all the way out there. Let's just build... How many can I build? 14. Okay. Eventually I'm going to build it all the way out and then loop back that way, I think. And so there's going to be a bit of a harbour that I'm going to build in this little port area. The Invincible 2 is crippled and it's gradually coming back to the harbour here. Question is, can I repair it or not? Huh. I see. So that's going to influence all of these buildings, but not the ones down there. I think I need to build a couple of gunboats. 1, 2. I'm going to build 2 gunboats just for the sake of it. I'm going to need a third. We're going to build a schooner for trade. I'm going to build that now. Because the Invincible 2 is out of commission for the time being. So while that's ticking along, Madrigal is not under siege anymore, which is good. I do wish this would disappear, but I'm sure it'll go away with time. That was kind of cool. So this is a real cannon and it does actually help defend my settlement. Probably won't do much by itself, but against a concerted attack, the island, if no more damage, the siege will end. Okay, so I can force them back, but if they can retake it, if they can put the siege back up again, they could gradually take my island. That'll disappear in another minute though. That's really interesting. Things are going quite well here. You saw I also threw down a pub. The pub will give them a little bit of a happiness, which will give me a couple of additional credits, because I'm not going to be making a huge amount of money unless I level this town up as well. So Madrigal is just going to tick along like this for the time being. I think what I'm going to do is actually throw down... I don't need that. I'm going to need bricks. They require... I'm assuming that means I need 50 workers, so farmers and workers. I need 50 workers of the worker level and another 25 there, so 75 workers. So I'm actually going to need to provide work clothes as well. Man, this is really starting to get a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be originally, just to settle this island. That's what we're doing this episode, so let's keep plugging away. And we're going to need sheep. How many sheep we're going to need? Let's go throw down 2 of these farms here. The war's ended. Brilliant. Let's throw you along this way, and then you can go up there. A sheep farm. I'm going to throw it in 1, 2. It should be sufficient for the time being. And then you go in over here. Okay, that's great. Now with this, we'll be able to have basic work clothes. And we're going to want a small warehouse there. Okay, so that's our basic work clothes. This will let these people level up and allow me to start getting a couple of workers. And then we can really start working on moving it and migrating our stuff across. So we're going to have to move our sausage production across. We're going to have to make our... They actually build quite slowly. That's kind of cool. Invincible 2 is gradually repairing. That's good. And we're slowly building a ship. So we've got here a tiny little gunboat, the Barnacle. I like that. It's a sharp little thing and doesn't do a whole lot, but it's got what looks like 2 forward-mounted guns there. So that's useful. It cost me 7 cannons to build, but I've only got 2 of them actually working. That's a bit of a problem. But this can hold a small amount of cargo if required, but the main function of it is just as a gunship. It'll help with a swarm, with a couple of them, just to provide us with a little bit of oomph and muscle. We've still got enough bricks. Let's keep things moving quite quickly forward, and everything will slowly build. Now I'm going to move our, as I was saying before, we're going to start moving things across. I'm going to leave our bread production over here for the time being, and I may even use the schooner that I'm building, the trading schooner, to actually bring bread over to this new island that we've got. We can trade back and forth, a little bit of bread one way, and bringing back the sausages and the other goods at a later time. For now, I'm going to leave our steel production on this island, just because it's all set up and we need quite a lot of workforce to actually get there. Gradually, in the end, as I build up this island over time, I'm going to start migrating the heavy industry off this island as well, and this will, by the end of the game, hopefully become a giant big like metropolis paradise thing. But oil fields as well, I don't think we'll be using much oil just yet. Might be more of a late game technology thing. So what's our next course of action? That's the real question here. Now that this is built up, I need to... Can we level these guys up yet? Not quite. We haven't got enough clothing. Let's have a look how our clothing's going. It is shooting up, so really it's just a matter of time that it's slowly ticking up. So, another ship constructed. That's our military ship. That's good. Although it looks like our mission has well and truly failed. So they've managed to escape. That's fine. What we're going to do though is we need schnapps to actually level these guys up, I think. No, we don't apparently need schnapps. So if I turn a bunch of these guys into workers, yeah, so I can actually turn age of industrialization. What does that mean? I think... what have we got here? Sea battle captivates the people. Yeah, I didn't actually win that battle, so it's not going well. And of course, the scarcity of beer is a problem. Let's actually use the little propaganda here.
You've no face for poker.
I don't care. I'm going to throw down spend, and tell people they actually are happier than they really think they are. And that will, a little bit of propaganda just to really get us off the ground here. I think that's the way to move forward. Yeah, alternative facts, that's good. So, what do we got here? Things going quite nicely. What we need, we've got 100 workers with which to work with. So I'll throw down bricks. Bricks is what I need. If I can get brick production on this island, things will be much better. Doesn't need to be a huge amount. I don't need to be cranking along, but just a single brick thing. I could probably throw down a second brick one just to really crank it up. But for now, I'll leave it as is because I don't need that many bricks. And great to get... I need more... I need more workers, so... That means to get the sausage. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more workers. This is going to be complicated. I'm going to have to build up a big city here, and I think it might actually be time to start time-lapsing this a second time. Alrighty guys, this is pretty much where the episode ended. My phone rang at this point and I needed to duck out, and I did leave the simulation running for a little bit. So this has been Anno 1800, I've been Blxz. Make sure to jump in next time as we continue off this city building and expand outwards. Take care guys, I'll see you around.